Alright, Grace. I'm gonna continue on, but I'm using my other phone. It's a different recording system, so I can't stop the train sounds. So we're back to the big pauses. Assuming you don't mind. If you do, stop listening. Anyways, where was I? There wasn't a single person in rehab that I was scared of, that I thought would hurt me, that I thought was a criminal, that I thought was a bad person, an evil person, anything. Regardless of what stories they told about what they did to themselves or to others, to me, they were simply people who were either hurt in the past, made mistakes, went down a wrong path, and nobody is there to help them correct it. To me, that's as simple as it was. But I'm naive. I'm naive. Clearly, to think a plan like this would ever work. Wouldn't it be nice to know that there's a safety net for everyone? Actually, let's go back to the graduated for 1 second, Grace. Sorry. Because I know everyone that's listening is like, oh, $5,000 a month. That's so much. That's so much. Blah, blah, blah. Look at you, Dave. You live it on $1,500. Fucking rights I am. It's my choice. But I'm also not getting anywhere. I'm not advancing. To a degree. I feel a lot better, but I'm not advancing. But that's my choice. Because I'm determined to either be a writer or be dead. Those are my only two options. But that's me. I'm an adult. It's my choice. I can choose to live like this. I can choose to live I can choose or live or be someone that someone would call ADHD or autistic or just a dumb fucker, whatever. I don't care. It's my choice. It's my choice to post these, my choice to record this. Everything in my life is my choice. Because of that, nobody can tell me what to do. I'm not surrounded by anyone's opinion. Not even yours, Grace, because you don't comment. Although I got a feeling I know what you'd say, but actually I don't, because we've never talked. So you may think I'm a fucking idiot too. And that's fine. It's your choice. If that's what you believe, I'd say there's the door, but since you've never come in the door, you can't really leave the door. So a graduated system would give them both incentive and ability to put in place whatever they need. Let's say to live on $2,000 a month. $1,500 is not enough. 2,000 isn't enough either, but if you've lived a year on 5, a year on 4, and a year on 3, you've had 3 years. Hell, it's almost enough to get a degree. In fact, you could get a degree in 3 years because you don't have to work. You go to school and take double the course load and get a degree a lot faster. And don't anyone say they're too fucking stupid to get a degree. Because I'll tell you what, the people I met in rehab who lived on the street were not too fucking stupid to get a degree. They were not stupid at all. Although, to be fair, Grace, I'm not sure what good a degree is anymore. I think it's a waste of fucking time. But who knows? Maybe education will make a rebound. Grace. I mean, ultimately, isn't the goal that everyone has a fulfilling job, a job they want to go to, and then come back and have a house or an apartment with the person they want to be with, or maybe a cat, or two, or three? Why not? It's their business. Who cares? Want to be a crazy old cat lady the rest of your life with 4 or 5 cats? Go ahead. If that's what makes you happy, do it. And it's so stupid. It's such a small fraction of the population. It's tiny. It's a solvable problem. It's not like a third world country where everyone is poor. It's a first world country where a small percentage is poor. And for some reason, a large percentage do not give a fuck. Sorry for the pause, Grace. My friend, the rat, is out checking out the backyard. He doesn't see me because I'm not sitting where I normally do, but now I can observe him. He goes on this little route. I guess he's looking for food. He's not a big rat. He's like, he's smaller than a squirrel. He lives under the house. I don't trap him. It's not my house, but I don't tell the owner. Although to be fair, there he saw me finally, now he's gone. I'm not sitting where I normally sit. Where I normally sit, he runs behind me and scares the fuck out of me. But I digress. Is that ADHD or is that just the environment I'm in? I'm sitting outside under a tree, beside a train, crows, rats. There's a lot to focus on. I should be doing this with my eyes closed in a studio. But that's not realistic. And I think a phone is all you need to record something like this. Because either the content is there or it isn't. Ooh. He's back. Oh, I see what he did. He went around the shed to the other side so he could avoid me. See, even the rats are smart. Anyways, back to a very small percentage of the population and why. It's the ultimate discrimination. It's a discrimination for just being alive. The homeless are being discriminated against just for being alive and for making whatever, 1 mistake, 100 mistakes. I don't give a fuck. There's a reason they're there, and if someone went and talked to them, they could find out. But there's no reason to go talk to them if they can't help. What's the point of talking to a person and say, hey, tell me your story? Oh, that's sad. Let me post that on YouTube. But then don't help out. What the fuck is that point? Guys on YouTube that I see make the most difference are the ones that give large amounts of money. Peter Bond, he's mostly in New York. He goes other places as well. He used $500 or $1,000. No questions asked. He does have a bit of a little bit of a routine before he gives them the money. However, the thing I noticed with him is when he goes back and he does follow-ups, as far as I can tell, every one of the people that he's helped, it's made a difference. I got a job, or they say, I got an apartment, or they say, I contacted family, or they say any number of things, but they're all positive, and how much that $500 or $1,000 made a difference in their life. So, yes, I realize I'm also making it sound like everyone would be responsible with the $5,000, and that's not going to happen. But they'll be off the street and hopefully making an effort. But yeah, there's going to be a few parties, I'm sure. But then again, why not? If you've been living on the street for 3 or 4 or 10 years, Grace, or 20 years, wouldn't you party a little bit? Wouldn't you celebrate that you're off the street, relaxed? Who are we to judge? Which is what we do. Every time we walk by the homeless, look at it on the news, look at it on YouTube, just judgment. I can't stand it, Grace. I don't understand it. Not that I can't stand it, I just don't understand it. I don't understand. This is not a $1 trillion problem. It is a $1 billion problem, but there are billionaires whose annual salary could cover it. I believe Elon Musk makes 45 billion or 56 billion, something like that I saw, a year. And I believe my calculation for the US was 39 billion. Those numbers line up. I'm not saying it's Elon's responsibility, but he did once say that if the program was in place, he would help end homelessness. Or something like that. Or if there was a program that he believed in or trusted or something like that. I can't remember his exact fucking quote. I'm sitting outside in the rain talking to a phone. But it's not his responsibility either. It would be nice if him and others as rich as him would do something, would get off their fucking asses, would support a program like this, whether it's through the government or whether it's just an individual organization. An organization with $40 billion to spend. And if you want to do it that way and not use the government, there are thousands and thousands and thousands of YouTubers out there trying to help the homeless, people they know are homeless, people they can confirm are homeless, people they talk to, people they get to know, people they want to help. Have them distribute it. Have them sign up the person. If you go to Peter Bond's site, he's a pretty good judge of character, as most of them are. They can help. They can sign the people up. They can get them off the street. They can take them to the hotel. That's what they're doing already. They take them to hotels and pay for 2 or 3 nights. Or if they can, a month. There's many people out there on YouTube who are doing that. The lists of people, Grace, are in the description of this podcast and every other fucking one I put up. It's literally an army of people that are willing to help others. And I'll guarantee you, none of them not a single fucking one would ask for money, ask for it to be a job. All of them would gladly do it. And how do I know that? Because I listen to the videos. I watch them, but I listen to them. If you go to any of the channels that I've listed, and you listen to them, you'll hear the sincerity in their voice. You know that they are truly trying to help. They're not doing it for YouTube views or cash. They're taking that money they're making from YouTube and putting it right back into the system, helping more and more people. Yes, they get more viewers. Great. Perfect. So then they get more cash and they help more people. But they don't have enough. They need to be giving away. They need to be setting people up. $5,000 a month. Don't you think most people would agree or understand that if they got that money and it was only for a year or 2 or 3 or graduated or whatever, it doesn't matter. Most people are going to remember all those fucking nights in the street, how many times they were robbed, beat up, raped, all the above. And they're not going to want to go back to that. Who would? So yeah, some will blow the money, but I'll bet you over 90% won't. And over 90% will realize that this is their second chance, an opportunity to get out of what they put themselves in, or what the system put themselves in, or whatever. I don't care. It makes no difference. I'm a little pissed, Grace, because the more I talk about this, the simpler in my mind it is. Just imagine how many emergency room visits are going to go down because people are going there just for a night off the street. How many robberies would go down just because they don't need to rob someone for their drugs or whatever. Doesn't that make sense? Because insurance is going to pay for it, or the government's going to pay for it, or we're going to have to hire more cops, or whatever. It's all going to be more, and more. But it's not going to stop the problem. And even fucking if, they decide to continue using drugs, what do you think the odds are that they'll be out on the street using those drugs instead of in their apartment using those drugs? And if they're in an apartment using their drugs, like what? Every single fucking person, maybe not every single person, but they're in their apartment doing whatever. I don't care if it's fentanyl. The guys in rehab, most of them say fentanyl is better than heroin if you can get it pure. Because then at least you know it's only fentanyl, and you know the amount. You get heroin mixed with fentanyl, you don't know what the fuck you're getting. But according to the public, drug addicts are stupid. No, they're not. They know what they're doing. But if you're addicted to opiates, and you can't get fentanyl, you're going to go for heroin or whatever else you can get. Simple as that. It's obvious. But I believe, I may be wrong, I believe most of the so-called bad drugs or hard drugs would slow down. And maybe even someone who's used to heroin, who has a chance to, go to rehab or something for 3 months and get off it, they will. Or maybe they won't. Maybe some won't. But it'll be their choice. My question is, why is it okay for weed to be legal now and everyone just high as a fucking kite at home? That's fine. That's not addiction. No, that's normal. But if they do it on the street, it's a problem. It's just a visual thing. It's like people are so concerned with others appearance and behaviors that they don't recognize their own. That's what pisses me off. And there's sources of revenue. Fucking take the money from weed taxes, take the money from alcohol taxes, which in BC are fucking nuts. Use that money. Everyone who has a house and they're drinking and whatever every night, that tax money would easily work out to $105 a year. But they don't. And now I'm just rambling, Grace. And I'm sure I've missed about 1,000 fucking points. However. I think I'm done. I think that's my grand idea. I didn't mean to criticize Joe. I just think he's looking at it from a perspective that everyone is equal. And quite frankly, we're not. Everyone doesn't need universal income. Everyone doesn't want universal income. I think most of the population are relatively happy with their lives. I don't see a lot of smiles on people's faces as I walk down the street, but in general, they're safe, they're secure, they're making their own decisions, and they're not being told what to do by others, where to go, where to live, where not to live, where they can smoke drugs and where they can't smoke drugs, where they can drink, where they can't drink, where they can sleep, where they can't sleep. No, most people have their lives somewhat normal. Workplace, sleep. Homeless, a little different. There's no work, there's no play, and they have to find a place to sleep. Whereas if everyone spent one night a month living on the street, how long do you think it would take before they coughed up $105? Just 1 month. Go sleep in your backyard in a tent or without a tent. Just sleep in a sleeping bag like they are. But they won't. Because they're a bunch of pussies. But we're not equal. We should be. Truly evil people, sure, maybe they need to be locked up. But most of the people in the street are not evil. And most of them who you may, not you Grace, but whoever else is listening, you may call criminals or undesirables or losers or whatever, it's because you haven't taken the fucking time to listen to their story. More than just watching it on YouTube for 30 or 60 seconds. Or maybe YouTube to get off their ass and donate some $1 billion to this situation, to my solution. They're making a ton of money off all these videos of homeless people. They all have advertising on there. Shouldn't that money go to the homeless? The YouTube part, not just the contributor part? But no, YouTube doesn't do that. Google doesn't give a fuck about the homeless. Why the fuck would they? None of those organizations do. They all have the money. You telling me Apple doesn't have $39 billion lying around? Guarantee you they do. But they're cunts too, so whatever. At this point, Grace, I'm like, fuck it all. This is a problem that could fucking be solved. But nobody wants to open up their fucking eyes, get off their fucking ass, donate the fucking cash, and do something fucking about it. Talk to you tomorrow, Grace.